Biker Billy cooks with fire. Alright, welcome back to the Internet Garage Studio where we're gonna cook with fire tonight. I'm gonna make a delicious dish. I'm gonna turn things up right now. We're gonna make something I call Tempeh terror. Yes, sirree, it is the terror of tofu around the globe. Now, I've got a small saute pan and a medium saute pan. I've turned the heat up to high and we're going to start cooking. I got a big biker can of extra virgin olive oil and we want to put 2 tablespoons in each. I've got a tablespoon measure right here. It's the last one I could find. So I'm just going to pour a little like that, and oh, that was about enough. And a little bit more in there. Did that look like 2 tablespoons? Sure it did, but I'll add a little extra just because I can. Now, Tempeh terror. It's going to be a wonderful thing. They're getting hot. I've got onions, and you know this is my favorite part of the show where I take the onion and I flick its little head off and I keep all my fingers and I take, oh, there we go, frisbees of onions. I love it, folks. This, the aromas. The onions are so delicious. Now, we're going to get this onion julienne, which is to say in some kind of French language that I don't speak, that it's not Julie or anything stupid like that. It's just cut into little matchstick-like pieces, and we're going to put that in the bigger of the 2 pans, which is where the tempeh is going to go. Tempeh terror, that's right. It is not a man-made disaster. It's something that scares tofu. So now the tempeh goes in there, and I've got a cup of beautiful carrots. Check it out. Carrots, in they go. You don't eat the plasticware. And here, folks, is the tempeh. It is a wonderful block of a beautiful soy-based protein. It's high in protein, it's low in fat, it's got fiber, it's really good for you. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this 8-ounce package and we're going to cut it into 1-inch cubes. And oh, I can hear the sound of sizzle going on right now. Oh, baby, catch the rhythm of that chopping. And we're going to get that in there and we're going to let that saute around. We'll just stir that a little bit to get that going. You could use the lid, but that might terrorize the food. So while that's going, we're going to start working on the sauce. And I got a little extra oil. Then you don't get a very oily sauce with this. So got that up about halfway, and I've got here something beautiful. It is chipotle peppers. The recipe calls for at least 1, but more than likely, if you're like me, you're going to use 1 or more, maybe 2. So I've got 2 of them. And they're out of a can, packed in an adobo. And if you open up a little can and you find that there's like 25 peppers in there and you're not brave enough to eat them all, you can take them and put them on a cookie sheet and let them freeze in the freezer. Don't mistake them for dirty ice cubes. And look at the vapors coming up on that. Oh, we better cover that puppy up now. We're going to turn that down just a little bit. That's going around like that. And we're going to add something wonderful. We've got some brown sugar. There we go. There's one of my missing tablespoons. We're going to take not 1, but 2 packed tablespoons of nice light brown sugar. Put that in there and get that stirring along. And you can see that the chunks of chipotle pepper are sizzling in that olive oil. And it's getting nice and hot and wild and crazy and smoking. And it's so wonderful. So you let that go around for a minute or 2. Until you got the brown sugar starting to caramelize in there with the chipotle peppers. Now, here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to take peanut butter, chunky peanut butter, and you're going to take about 3/4 of a cup. Now, I could use a measure, or I could just get in here. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, man, look at that. Peanut butter come out of there. That looks about like 3/4 of a cup, but you can never be sure if you don't measure, so I'll add a little extra. There we go. We got some peanut butter in there. Now, you see this has gotten to be nice and smooth and creamy, and we are going to take 1/4 cup of light soy sauce, and it's real important that it's light, and it's real important that you don't get this measure too much because it'll be so salty that even a salty sea dog wouldn't want to eat it. So there you go. You take yourself 1 carefully measured. Can you believe it, folks? Biker Billy actually measured. And you're going to put that in there. Oh, yeah. Now watch this. Watch as that goes around and around. Oh, baby. Yes, sirree, Bob. There we go. Simmering around and around and around. And the important thing here is you want to stir this until it is completely incorporated. absolutely positively see how I found more peanut butter on the bottom? Completely incorporated. It's going around and around. Which way is up, which way is down? I don't know here. Folks, we got these things going and going and going. Yeah, buddy, look at that. Now, if you were really on top of things before, you would have gotten yourself 1/2 cup of cool water. Yes, sirree, Bob, cool, fresh water. Oh, I could use some right now. Oh, yeah, cool water, which will do nothing for the heat of the hot pepper if you happen to get the juice on your fingers and lick it. Now, you see how it's thickening, and the color is just about consistently even. There we go, look at that. Oh, man. Ooh, and this is cooking along, sauteing. This is going to get done about the same time as that's done. There we go, if I keep these electric things under control. Now, get the lids out of the way here. And I've got 1 tablespoon of a mysterious white powder cornstarch. That's right, we're going to put the cornstarch in there. We're going to take a wire whisk and we're going to beat that stuff up. We're going to get it all whipped around. Now, normally you do this before you start cooking, but what's going to happen is it's just going to sit there and settle out. So I was lazy and I only did it once. Now we'll turn this one down and we'll turn that one up. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that, folks. Those carrots, the onions, the broccoli is nuking away. The rice, actually the rice is over here in the magic rice oven, and we're going to take this and we're going to pour this in here. And I want you to watch that it's going to change. And you want to pour this in slow. You don't want to drop the temperature down completely by dumping that cool water in there. Oh, yeah, there you go. And it's changing colors. It's changing textures. The cornstarch, what it does is it actually thickens this. It is a wonderful, clingy, thick sauce. We're going to say that we can be done with that fork. Oh, yeah, and get that wire whisk going in there. Around and around and around it goes. Yes, sirree, Bob. And it will be a delicious, thick sauce. Now, I think I turned that off, or I turned it all the way up, one way or the other. I obviously don't know my right from my left, or my left from my right, or my up from my down. But I'm not riding, I'm cooking, so it doesn't matter. So remember, when it's time to cook, you can be confused. But when you get on a motorcycle, you got to keep your mind straight on the road. So here we go. We got a wonderful bed of rice. We got some wonderfully nuked up broccoli. Look at that, how fresh and green. And we're going to dump that up there on top. It's going to look so pretty. Yes, sirree, Bob. Oh, man. Bob must be hungry because I keep calling him to dinner and I don't see him around now. One way or the other. And we've got the tempeh. The tempeh is all cooked up, looking good. We're going to move that off the heat. The tempeh is sauteed up. You can see that it's gotten nicely brown on parts. The onions are beginning to brown. Right now these onions are a little bit shy of brown, but it's okay because it's going to taste so good. And we're going to pile this up on top. Oh, look at that. There we go. There's some brown onions hiding on the bottom. Got to have them brown onions in there. And last but not least, the wonderful sauce. The sauce is nice and thick. You can add more water to it if you want. That'll only thin it down. I like it thick. I serve it with the sauce on the side. You take a little ladle there and you ladle it on the plate. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Tempeh Terror. It's been good having you here in the garage, and it's dinner time for Biker Billy. It makes 4 to 6 servings. It'll feed me well. All right. Oh man, I'd be fatter than the house if I ate that whole thing.